The unnaturally bulbous eyes of the navigator constantly shift between you and Cassia. Black secretions run down her cheeks instead of tears, leaving unsightly streaks. They remained guards. I, Lina Hatiria of House Urcelia, swear to tell the rogue trader nothing but the truth. May the God Emperor be my witness. Pathetic. Regent Aronte, representatives of your house, made an attempt on Lady Cassia's life and attacked a rogue trader. Lady Elena, what do you have to say in your defense? I'm not interested in your pathetic excuses. Guards, get a House Urcelia delegation out of my palace and off my world. Enough, execute them. I have no desire to listen to anyone. The punishment will befall each member of House Urcelia here and now. You can wipe the entire House Urcelia. What do you got to say in your defense? I do not know what it is you wish to learn, but I will start from the very beginning. A long time ago, Tisiphone ascended to the throne of Urcelia. She was a daring novator who brought part of the house to the Koronus, hoping to strengthen her position in the Imperium. The house prospered, but Tisiphone was never satisfied. She went mad in the pursuit of power, seeking more influence, more control, and she saw enemies everywhere, even among her loyal followers. Paranoia was slowly driving Tisiphone insane, and one day she created the Starway Atlas, a relic that is implanted in our bodies at birth, a noose around our necks, our gift and our damnation. Tisiphone used the Atlas to control us, subdue our will, and mold our thoughts. If anyone put a toe out of line, she killed them with a glance. At first, many branches of House Urcelia tried to resist her tyranny, and Tisiphone cut them down with extreme brutality. For example, the entire Setala branch was destroyed simply because its leaders asked too many questions about the Atlas and wanted to know the truth about its creation. What else is Tisiphone Urcelia guilty of? Tisiphone's madness weakened the dynasty, and not long ago the novator vanished. Indeed, her loyal followers lie when they say she chose to retire. The truth is that nobody knows the truth. I hope she's rotting away on one of her secret worlds. What does it have to do with Cassia? Tisiphone passed her Atlas on to her successor before fleeing the house to a newborn child. We could not surrender the throne to the tyrant's creature. Tisiphone was cunning and treacherous. She must have hatched the entire plan beforehand. Her disappearance, the child, the transfer of the leash. We feared that one day she would be reborn in Cassia's body, and we could not let that happen. You called Cassia a monster because of Tisiphone's Atlas. Largely yes, but there is more. Have you never felt pure, unadulterated disgust while standing close to her? Or perhaps fury or fear? Who but a monster would manipulate the minds and feelings of others, even more so than Tisiphone herself did? Why didn't you attack before? Why now? Tisiphone always had plenty of opponents who were afraid to trust one another. Any of us could be spying for her followers. We saved our strength and dealt the first blow 5 years after the heir was born, striking at one of the states on Irvitri. But the girl survived. The Regent Taronto hid her so far away and guarded so thoroughly. It took us another 30 years to find her. And then another 2 to get into Regent's good graces and reach Yurak 5. Now Cassia is in spotlight and the House Council is about to put her on the throne. Surely there is no better time to cut off the serpent's head. So you admit Regent Taronto was not aware of the assassination attempt. Regent Taronto is guilty of mass killings, intimidation, inhuman torture, abetting Tisiphone, and raising heir. His crimes are many, but this one is not among them. I'd love to see his head on the chopping block, but honor prohibits me from slandering him in trial before the rogue trader. The rogue trader knows about the region's atrocities and the girl's corruption. I hope succeeded in warning you about the danger that lurks within Cassia or Celia. Answer my questions, Elena. Okay. I'm not interested in pathetic excuses. Guards, they get a house or sell the get out of my palace and I execute them all. Regent Toronto. Regent Toronto, representatives of your house, made an attempt on Lady Cassia's life and attacked a road trader. House Orcelia humbly asks for your lenience and forgiveness. We cannot even imagine these vile rats could be scurrying among our ranks. As for them sneaking into the rogue trader palace and staging an unthinkable crime, God Emperor be my witness, the accursed renegades seek to spark a feud between our houses. Be that as may, you're responsible for the actions of your people. Give me one good reason not to execute you on the spot. Come now, Regent, help me during the fight, and thus prove your innocence. What? Who helped? They just stood there. How do I know your words are just another trap? I believe you, and yet this is now the second attempt that has been made in Cassia's life. I need answers. Give me one good reason not to execute you on the spot. You not wanna war with the Navy's nobility house. Mutant families. Genes allowed them to safely traverse the warp space. We could achieve much more as allies. House Orcelia is an injured party in this, just as you are. The renegades infiltrated our ranks, weakened us, implicated us before the rogue trader, and almost killed the most precious thing we have, our noble child. Do you really think we wish that upon the one who is destined to lead our house to greatness? We're ready to tell you everything we know, so that this misunderstanding can be remedied as quickly as possible. Tell me about the renegades. Madmen who seek to destroy the centuries-old traditions of our great house, so carefully nurtured by the previous innovator, Tisiphone Orcelia. They deem the century of her rule a tyranny, and our most sacred relic a curse that must be destroyed. Fools, if the Atlas were to be destroyed, the whole of House Orcelia would follow into oblivion. Then why did the renegade seek to destroy the house's relic? They dread her power, for only an innovator can fully grasp the mysteries and harness the power of Starway Atlas. We renegades call a leash, we call a guiding star. Why are people trying to kill Lady Cassia? Everyone in the house knows the child is the keeper of one true Starway Atlas, which once belonged to our great innovator Tisiphone Orcelia. The ungrateful wretches secretly hated her grace, and when Tisiphone abdicated her responsibilities and set off for parts unknown, they staged a revolt to destroy her successor. Does Cassia really carry Tisiphone Atlas? We believe it with all our heart. Innovators spent many cycles on the world where the child was born. It is said that everyone who witnessed the miracle of her birth simultaneously departed for a destination known only to the innovator. Tisiphone gave the order and followed them soon after, leaving her precious gift, the Atlas, to Cassia, and therefore marking her as her successor. It looks like House Orcelia has fallen in hard times. To call your statement false would be a lie. For many years we managed to maintain the fragile balance within our house, but then the innovator's departure shook the fate of many. The treasury is empty, the navigators are scattered, the warp routes are scrambled, and many of our allies cannot be reached. Which is why it's important to complete the child's education. It's Cassia's duty to take Tisiphone's place and lead the house to prosperity. Such is her great destiny. What do you know about Cassia's unbridled power? Special gift for a special child. She was born with it and grew up under its influence. Instability sometimes hampers her education, but we learn to prevent most outbursts. As long as the child remains calm and remains in seclusion, the powers cannot take hold of her mind. Lady Cassia, you're too injured. You two are an injured party in this. What would you do in my place? If I may speak, so many dirty colors have poured from the mouths of those present that I feel covered in filth from head to toe. I, as the future innovator, I want to bleach them, purify them, and let them go. Heed me, I'm the one to blame for what happened today, and I accept full responsibility for the actions of my house. Well, wretch, who do you think you are? Will you now start killing those who have displeased you as Tisiphone did before you? The fury on Elena's face gives way to desperation once she realizes what she just said. She slowly reaches for the Atlas embedded in her chest, looking at Cassia with obvious fear. Kira's child, this burden is too heavy for you to shoulder alone. You're not yet ready. I implore you to settle this conflict. I offer the rogue trader a 100-year contract with House Urselio, committing us to charting the shortest and safest routes for the Von Valancius trade empire within the Koronus Expanse. I will also remain aboard the rogue trader vessel and assist him until he decides otherwise, or until duty to the house summons me to the novator seat. What are you gonna do to Lady Alina? The esteemed regent will put Lady Alina and her people in one of our family gals. She's a House Urselio navigator after all. There is no need for her precious blood to be spilled. Lady Alina stares at Cassia with bulging eyes, but remains silent. Her hand rests to caress the spot where her atlas is embedded. Lady Cassia, who told you that you were needed aboard my ship? Thank you for your input. I will consider whether should I accept your offer. I'm ready to deliver judgment. I'm not interested in pathetic execute them all. I'm ready to deliver my judgment. I hereby dismiss all charges against Lady Alina Hateria. I find Lady Alina Hateria guilty of attempted murder of Lady Cassia and the attack on the rogue trader. I find both sides of House Urselio guilty and hereby sentence you to death. I hereby dismiss all charges against Lady Alina Hateria. What? What does this mean, rogue trader? Does she not admit her guilt? House Urselio must be purged. I'm surrendering Cassia to Lady Alina's custody. Holy fuck, you can do that too. Lady Alina and her men are free to depart Dargonis as they wish. I will help Lady Alina to fight the tyranny of House Urselio, but Cassia will live. Jesus Christ. Come on. That's what we gotta do, man. Yeah, that's what we gotta do. I will help Lady Alina to fight the tyranny of the House Urselio, but Cassia will live. Thank you, rogue trader. We will contact your representative as soon as we return to the base and discuss what has transpired with the other branches of the house. You must be insane if you think we will allow this. Close ranks. Close. Holy, that was brutal. There goes House Urselio.